The European Union has announced a donation of $3 million to help salvage of the aging Safer oil tanker. This comes within a UN and US-led efforts to mobilize international efforts to avert an environmental disaster off Yemeni coasts. This report has more details on this story.
The European Union has donated $3 million toward an attempt to recover a collapsing oil ship off the coast of Yemen after a dismal fundraiser secured less than a fourth of the required funds. The UN estimates that it will require roughly $144 million to fund the operation from start to finish, including finding a temporary replacement for the floating storage and offloading (FSO) vessel, which is now harming fisheries and livelihoods in Yemen and elsewhere. On May 10, a pledge conference in the Netherlands raised less than half of the $80 million required to fund the first phase of the operation, after the UN signed a deal with the Houthi rebel group in March to finally remove the risk posed by Safer, which had been in need of maintenance and dismantling for years. A frenzy of fundraising activities erupted. Earlier attempts to resolve the issue were thwarted by the Iran-backed organization that controls the port where the Safer is presently stationed. An oil spill or a leak might cost billions of dollars to clean up, resulting in a disaster 4 times the size of the 1989 Exxon Valdez disaster. As the Safer dossier progresses slowly, a 2-month truce that began on the first day of Ramadan may be prolonged as international pressure mounts on the warring parties to continue the dramatic drop in violence on Yemen's front lines. The Houthis claimed on Wednesday that they were studying a UN proposal to prolong ceasefire, which is slated to expire on June 2nd. Following an earlier failure to resume commercial flights to and from Sana'a last month, a jet successfully flew from the Houthi-controlled capital to Jordan last week for Yemenis to obtain medical care overseas. A second commercial aircraft from Jordan's capital Amman to Sana'a took off in accordance with the conditions of the truce agreement, indicating that Yemen may be on its way to more peaceful times.